Okay. Well, for practice this week, I'm wanting to lean into some like hip and hamstring opening. I just got back yesterday from a long weekend, and the drive home was like 6.5 hours, so my body is really looking forward to some movement. And then in terms of an offering for our heart space, the acknowledgement that exploration is like key, I think, to the human experience. And I think when we travel, this is emphasized, but we can do this even just on the four corners of our yoga mat. Okay, when we move with the curiosity of exploring, that shifts our perspective and we get to see things in a new way. When we travel, it's like kind of a more expansive version of this, right? When you're traveling and you're present and you see the landscape in front of you with fresh eyes, and you see this new landscape that maybe you've never been before. I think there's something really valuable to that and just the perspective shift that it offers. And part of our practice when we step onto our yoga mats is to lean into that curiosity and that exploration, and to allow the practice to help create a perspective shift within us, even in this like very familiar territory. So as we move through shapes that are like our hip openings and our hamstring openings, these shapes that we've done many, many, many times, can we be really curious with the sensation that we're experiencing, and explore the sensation itself? So as I offer the cues, right, not just like alignment, where to be in the body, can we give ourselves permission to kind of like wiggle about within that space to see what lands in our own anatomy? Because we all have different proportions, different sticky spots. And so really allowing like the cues I offer to be the foundation, and then you add the layers upon that. So we'll start in our seated meditation today. Go ahead and find your way to a comfortable cross-legged seat, or maybe sitting on a block or your shins, whatever feels easeful. And then just take a moment to adjust your posture until you have a nice tall spine. Maybe find a shoulder shrug, drawing your shoulders up, back, and down to open your heart space. And as you settle into your seat, allow the muscles to your face to soften, and the space between your brows to release and relax. And feel your jaw unhinge as your teeth slightly part. And begin to feel the flow of your breath. Every inhale, growing you a little bit taller through heart and crown. And every exhale, offering a sensation of grounding through your pelvis. As you continue to breathe in and grow a little bit taller, and breathe out to arrive a little bit more completely. You can get curious and explore all the sensations and components of this moment. Noticing how your physical body feels today. Maybe noticing the sounds around you. The temperature of the room. Maybe the scent of your morning coffee. And starting to dip a little bit deeper into the layer of our heart space. Noticing the energies, the emotions that are present with us in this moment. And leaning back in our awareness to also take note of the thoughts traveling through the mind. The lens of curiosity, the seat of just the mindful observer. We see what we notice. You look through eyes free of judgment. Just getting interested with all the sensations and details of the moment right in front of us. And perhaps you bring one or both hands to your heart, offering the intention of exploration and curiosity to your practice today. Giving yourself space to lead with these intentions and see how that shifts perspective. As you hold this intention at our hearts, let's take just one round of cleansing breath all together. A deep inhale through your nose when you're ready. And an open mouth exhale to release. As you seal your lips, take a big breath in through your nose. And keeping your lips sealed, Ujjayi, exhale through your nose. Continue with your strong Ujjayi pranayama in and out of your nose, and then allow your hands to release from your heart. We're going to stay in a cross-legged seat, but you might decide to switch your shins. If you're not already in a cross-legged seat, go ahead and make your way there. And from our cross-legged seat, tipping the bowl of your pelvis slightly forward, take a big breath in, circle sweep your hands towards the sky. And on your exhale, side body stretch, begin to lean over to your left. As your left hand lands, reach your right hand up and overhead. Press your left hand down and away from your body so your right hip really anchors to the earth. And from that anchored point of your right sitting bone, reach a little bit further as you inhale. Good. And as you exhale, let your shoulders soften out of your ears. Next breath in, go ahead and rise up and reach up nice and tall. And take a twist towards your right, so turning to the right side of the room. Left hand's gonna catch the outside of your right thigh. Take your right fingertips behind you. Sit up tall as you inhale. And go ahead and twist as you exhale, be looking over your right shoulder. Collarbones nice and broad. Take one more cycle of breath here. Inhale to lift and lengthen. And exhale to rinse and rotate. Our third cycle of breath will return us to center. Reach both your hands up high. And then find your forward fold. Dive down across your shin bones any amount. Let your heart extend forward first, and then allow your head to hang heavy eventually. Just taking 2 deep breaths to the back of your body. After your second breath, go ahead and sit up tall, reach up tall, lean back into a little boat pose. So you can have your knees bent, toes hovering. If you want to, you can start to lift your shins parallel to the earth. Think about a string from your chest, nice and tall towards the ceiling. Feeling the energy at your belly begin to fire. Take another big breath in. And then as you exhale, cross your opposite shin in front, and then take a side bend over to your right. As your right hand releases to the earth again, find that press down and away to help anchor your left hip to your yoga mat. As we go a little bit deeper into our side body stretch, from that anchored point, inhale, reach further. And exhale, shoulders out of ears, relax the weight of your head a little bit. And one more deep and intentional breath reaches along your left side body. Maybe sink a little bit further into your side body stretch as you breathe out. And from here, we'll inhale to rise up and reach up. We'll take our twist to the left as you turn to your left. Your right hand comes across your body. Set your left fingertips up behind you. Make a second spine and sit up tall as you breathe in. And follow your exhalation, your out breath to twist and rinse. Maybe look over your left shoulder. And taking one more deep breath here, see if you can send your breath to the back of your heart space. Exploring how pressing your breath into the back of your body can create even more of a stretch in your torso, your thoracic spine. And as we unravel, unwind, reach up tall with your breath in, and we'll find our forward fold again. So think about leading with your rib cage first. Heart space continues to reach forward, and then allow the weight of your skull to release and relax for 2 deep breaths. After your second breath, we're going to rise back up. Once again, find your boat pose. So leaning back, you can go either baby boat, or you can start to lift your shin bones again parallel to the earth. Think about pulling your navel to your spine to draw your thighs in close. If you're feeling adventurous, you can start to lengthen your legs any amount. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees, place your feet to the earth. Hands go to the earth beneath your shoulders. Gentle reverse tabletop. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, press through your hands and your feet. Lift your hips up towards the sky. Letting an opening across your chest. And a little bit of opening down with the fronts of your hips. And one more full inhale. Option to look back if that feels safe. Otherwise, keep your gaze up to the sky. As you exhale, return your hips down to the earth. Figure for your right ankle on top of your left thigh. So in a seated figure 4, we have a lot of control here. If you need to deepen the opening, press your heart closer to your thighs. Then flex your right ankle, take a little rock from side to side here. You can just tip onto the outside edge of your left foot to create that tip. A little bit of a twist and rock. And let this figure 4 tip a little bit over to the left, so on the outside edge of your left foot. Plant your right palm down to the earth, and we're going to find a twist. Your left elbow is going to hook onto the top of your right thigh. Flex your right ankle. Think about pressing your right thigh forward and away as you use your left arm to twist your heart towards the right side of the room. So left elbow is pressing right thigh forward. And we're also using our left elbow and our right thigh as leverage to twist. Both ankles are flexed. And go ahead and bring it back to center. As you release, take a little windshield wiper just for a breath. And then we'll go second side. So left ankle on your right thigh. So you flex your left ankle, maybe you walk it in a little bit closer, pressing your heart towards your thighs. Again, you can find that rock side to side. Left ankle is active and flexed. Your left knee is moving energetically forward. If you find a sweet spot, you can always pause there. And if you haven't already, tip that figure 4 towards the right a little bit, so you're kind of on the outside edge of your right foot. As you plant through your left palm, and a twist and hook your right elbow on your left thigh. Think about pressing your left knee forward, and then turn your heart to the left. Keep your left ankle flexed. Explore the space of this stretch for another breath or so. And then we're going to start to release back through center. Make your way into your tabletop pose. So you can send your legs behind you or roll over your shins, whatever you prefer. As you make your way to all fours, fingers nice and wide, start to inhale to a cow pose. Allow your belly to drop as you untuck your tailbone and lift your chest proud to the sky. In your exhale, press and curl to your cat pose, round through your spine, big push through your arms. We'll take one more round. Inhale to your cow pose, lift your heart, lift your tailbone. This time, stay in your cow as you exhale. Find a little shift forwards and backwards. One more big breath in. And then as we exhale to our cat pose, same thing, you're gonna press around and find a little shift forwards and backwards. So exploring the space and the stretch at the back of your heart. As we come to neutral through our spines, we're gonna tuck our toes with a big breath in. Then hover your knees just like a couple of inches off the ground, so you're in your floating tabletop, using your out breath to pull navel to spine. As you push actively through your hands and your toes, feel your belly button pull up and in. Take one more slow cycle of breath here. A deep, deep inhale. Then exhale to your downward facing dog. Press your hips up and back. Release and relax your head. And then reach your left heel towards the earth for a slow pedal. So left heel lands towards the ground, right knee is bent. Take one big breath in. And exit a switch. Reach your right heel to the earth as your left knee bends. Big push to the power of your arms. And go ahead and take one more little quick pedal to each side, just a little pedal, left heel, right heel. And walk it forward into your forward fold. Wander your feet to the top of your yoga mat. And let your knees soften a little bit here. Relax your belly towards your thighs. With some softness in your knees, stretch your tailbone energetically to the ceiling. Let the weight of your head lengthen your spine towards the earth. And listening for your next inhale, begin to breathe into your halfway lift, lengthen out through your spine. With your exhale, forward fold, let it go. We'll rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, circle sweep to reach your hands up high. And your exhale, soften your knees and goddess your arms, find an active lift of your sternum to the ceiling. And inhale, hands reach tall again. As you exhale, your right hand's gonna grab your left wrist. Take a side body stretch to the right side of the room. Okay, root down through your left foot, reach to your left fingertips for one more moment. Then inhale, rise up through your center. As you exhale, switch your grip and take a side body stretch over to your left. Actively press your right foot down into the earth. You send energy up along your right side body. And we'll inhale through our center. As you exhale, forward fold, soften your knees and hinge at your hips. Take a halfway lift on your inhale. And step your left foot to the back of your yoga mat as you exhale. We'll bring our left knee to a hover for our cow lunge. So let your hips melt towards the earth. Invite your chest forward and through. And find a little shift forwards and backwards here. Maybe engage your left glute to help facilitate the opening at the front of your left hip as you take one more cycle of breath. And then begin to lengthen out your legs to find your hamstring stretch. Feel free to walk your left foot in a little bit closer if you need to. As you lengthen your legs, you might move your hips a little side to side here. Maybe explore with halfway lifts through your heart, or diving your chest towards your right thigh. You can see how it feels to come to your left tippy toes or to reach your left heel down towards your yoga mat. Just take one more cycle of breath. And as you bend into your right knee, you're going to plant your palms to the earth. Using the strength of your belly, three-legged dog, reach your right leg up and back. Bend your knee and open your hip, finding your scorpion tail. You can pause in stillness and maybe find a slow circle in each direction. Using the strength of your right glute, starting to feel into the space of your right hip. We'll meet back in our downward facing dog. Right foot meets your left. Use an inhale to lift to your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of your yoga mat. And then inhale, lift up halfway through your heart. And exhale, forward fold. We'll rise all the way to stand. Deep breath in as you reach tall. Good. As you exhale, hands to heart center, maybe close down your eyes. Coming back to the intention of exploration of curiosity, inviting us to explore shift in perspective through our practice. We take a deep inhale together. And open mouth exhale to release. And inhale, send your hands up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale to forward fold, hinge at your hips. Deep breath in to lengthen halfway, lean a little bit forward. Think about untucking your tailbone to the sky. And as you breathe out, soften your knees and step your right foot to the back of your yoga mat. Left foot forward, right foot back. You're going to start to sink your right knee and hip towards the earth, cow lunge. And then perhaps you light up your right glute as you find a little shift forwards and backwards. And in this, I like to think about driving with my right heel. So my right heel is moving forwards and backwards. And that's what's creating the opening through the front of the right hip. And take one more big breath in. Then exhale to lengthen your legs. Perhaps you step the right foot a little bit closer. Again, here you can find some wiggle, some action through your hips. Maybe you lift and lower through your heart space a couple times. And explore right tippy toes or a reach of your right heel back and down. Just allowing one more cycle of breath. When you're ready to transition, bend into your left knee. Plant down through your palms, and using your core, can you quietly pick your left foot up and send it back, three-legged dog. Go ahead and bend your knee, open your hip, big push through your arms. You can stay here or draw one slow circle in each direction with your left knee. Right, downward facing dog. And we'll inhale, right leg lifts high. As you exhale, take your right knee towards your left tricep, shift forward and twist. Holding for your inhale, can you pull your heart through your biceps? As you stay for your exhale, push into your hands, really draw your front ribs up and in. Three-legged dog, re-extend your right leg to the sky as you inhale. And step your right foot to the outside of your right hand with your exhale, lizard lunge. You have options. Your left knee can stay lifted. You can bring your left knee to a hover, or you can lower your left knee down to the ground. Get really active so your right foot, think about using the strength of your right leg to press the four corners of your right foot into the earth. As you pull your chest forward, take a big reach forward with your right hand as you inhale. We'll find a twist as we exhale. Swing your right hand back in space. Take one big breath in. And on your exhale out, go ahead and release the twist. If your back knee is grounded, lift your back knee off the ground. We're going to turn our toes to the left, so we're in a side lunge or skandasana, right knee stays bent. So as we turn our toes, our right knee is bent and we're either high in our side lunge or sinking into skandasana, left toes flexed to the sky. Good. Your right arm can gently encourage your right knee open, so external rotation through the right side. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. From here, we're going to go low lunge to face the back of our yoga mat. Start to bend your left knee. Turn all 10 toes to the back of your yoga mat. Once you're there, press your feet. Begin to rise to your high crescent lunge. Release and relax your shoulders out of your ears. Allow your hips to sink towards the earth, beginning a little bit lower and longer in your high crescent lunge to really emphasize the openness to your front right hip. And from here, let's bring our hands to heart center. And then press your collarbones wide across your chest. With an inhale, we're going to bring our right knee to a hover or to tap the ground. As you exhale, can you keep your hips relatively low? Start to lengthen your right leg back. Right heel reaching. One more time, we're going to inhale, right knee is going to hover or tap. So you exhale, we think about pressing our right heel back to open the front right hip. One more time, inhale, right knee hovers or taps. Exhale, think about lengthening to the front of your right hip. Take one more big breath in, and exhale, hands to the ground. Okay. From here, as you press the earth away, three-legged dog, extend your left leg up high. Take an inhale. Bend your knee and open your hip as you exhale. Big breath in. Left knee twist to your right tricep as you exhale out. Push through your hands. Front ribs draw in. Keeping your front ribs knit, then try to pull your heart forward and through. And from here, your next inhale is three-legged dog. Reach your left leg up high and step your left foot forward to the top. Finding your lizard lunge. Then you can keep your back knee elevated, right quad strong. You can hover your right knee or drop your right knee all the way to the ground. Begin to push through the four corners of your left foot and pull your heart forward and through. So you're using the power of your left leg to press your left foot down and to drag your left foot isometrically back. So you find the active opening through your left hip as you draw your heart forward. Take one more cycle of breath like this. And we'll plant through our right palm. Begin to reach your left hand forward with your inhalation. And we'll find our twist on exhale. One more deep breath here. Okay, left hand releases from the twist. Lift your back knee off your yoga mat. As we turn to the right into our side lunge, we're going to keep our left knee bent. So either a lifted lateral lunge, or you're going to sink and flex your right toes to the sky for your skandasana. Externally opening through our hips. We'll take one more big breath here, noticing the sensation. Noticing how it feels to flex your right toes to the sky if you're in that skandasana, finding energy through the right leg, no matter what shape that you're in. Okay, we're headed to a low lunge to the front of our yoga mat. So we'll bend through our right knee, pivot to face forward. Make sure your feet are about hips distance. And begin to press through your feet and rise up to your high crescent lunge. You're going to allow your hips to get a little bit earthy here. And then eventually bring your hands towards your heart center. To get strong through your legs, let an inhale bring your left knee to a hover or to tap your yoga mat. As you exhale, think about pressing your left heel back to deepen the stretch through your front left hip. Make sure your left glute is really active here so your low back feels supported. Same thing. Inhale, left knee comes towards a hover or to tap. We exhale, lengthening through the left leg. One more time. Inhale, hover or tap. Exhale, pressing through. Think about the front of your pelvis pressing forward. And then go ahead and bring your hands down to the earth. As you press into the earth, three-legged dog, reach your right leg high, big breath in. Bend your knee and open your hip. This time, option to stay here or invitation to find your wild thing, keeping your right knee bent. Maybe flip over to the outside edge of your left foot. So you land your right tippy toes. Wild thing, big lift to your heart. Maybe look over to your right fingertips. And then three-legged dog, return your right hand to the earth. We'll all lengthen our right leg high, big inhale. As you exhale, right knee is going to our left tricep, twist underneath yourself. And then we're gonna go side plank, opening to the left. So step your right foot back and peel open, left hand to the sky. And from your side plank, we take a side body stretch, pressing the earth away. Left hand goes overhead as you inhale. We'll go high plank as we exhale. The big breath in, shift forward towards your tippy toes. Exhale to your belly, slow and strong. As you untuck your toes, inhale to a low cobra. Begin to light up the length of your spine. Using your exhale, gently release back to the earth. Next breath in, you choose a low cobra or option for your high cobra, maintaining the distance between your shoulders and your ears and the strength along your spine. Take an extra breath in and release to your belly as you breathe out. Our third and final round here can be low cobra, high cobra, or upward facing dog. As you inhale, maybe lengthen your arms, hover your thighs. Exhale into your downward facing dog, hips will find the sky. And take a nice big breath in, reach your right leg tall. On your exhale, step your right foot forward for your high crescent lunge. So right foot goes forward, hips distance apart through your feet. Inhale to your high crescent. And as you exhale, hands to heart center. Take a big breath in as you lift your heart to your thumbs. And your breath out, your left knee is going to come towards a hover or to tap. On your inhale, think about pressing your left leg long to hinge your heart forward. On your out breath, prayer twist, hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Keep your left quad powered up. And just kind of like we did in that seated figure four, can you use your elbow and your thigh together as leverage for your twist? If you want to spread your wings open, option to spread your wings, stretching your collarbones across your chest. Super powerful through your legs, lighting up your core. We're going to go to a warrior two. So big transition as you windmill up and open, left heel lands. Spread your wings. And from your warrior two, breath in to reverse, reach your right hand up and over. On your exhale, just for a moment, extended side angle. So as you tip forward, Let your left hand reach all the way up and overhead. Pressing through your strong right foot, reverse your triangle. Take a big breath in. As we exhale, we're going to turn our right toes to the long edge of our yoga mat as well. Looking down towards your left foot. Start to lean towards the left. Circle sweep into your wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Bend your right knee, side lunge or skandasana, breath out. And we're here for one cycle of breath. We're going to find our low lunge to the back of the yoga mat again. So as you bend into your left knee, all 10 toes pivot. Go a little bit different this time. Engage through your belly. Big push through your legs, reaching crescent. You're going to lift your heart and hands, reaching at the diagonal. As you lean into your left foot, use your strong core to slide your right foot forward. One-legged mountain, big push as you bring your right leg with you to standing. Figure 4, your right ankle on your left thigh. Hands will come to your heart as you send your hips back and down. Now, active flex to your right ankle. You can stay with hands to heart. You could bring your elbows towards your right shin bone. You can fall over like me as you take one more cycle of breath. Think about lengthening from crown to sitting bones. And then cinch up through your right obliques to lift your right hip up. That's going to help deepen your stretch, actually. And one more round of breath. Reactivate through your belly, through your center, and rise up with your right leg. Big breath in. As we exhale, airplane pose. Maybe a little micro bend through your left knee as you fly backwards. Take one big breath in your airplane, maybe a little shoulder shrug to open and elevate through your chest. And start to bend your left knee. As you bend your left knee more and more, and start to bring your fingertips to the earth, the gentle standing splits. Reach your right leg to the sky. You can either close your hip or you can open your hip today, it does not matter. If you find the open hip, maybe bend your right heel towards your left glute. So like standing splits at a fire hydrant. Take one more deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly step your right foot to the back of your yoga mat. You're in a low lunge. You're going to press your hands into the earth. Three-legged dog. Reach your left leg high. Big breath in. Bend your knee, open your hip. Stay or option for your wild thing. Maybe lightly land your left tippy toes to the earth and open your heart to the sky. With your shoulders out of your ears, can you look back overhead to your left fingertips? One more inhale. Three-legged dog as we exhale. Breathe length through your left leg. Left knee towards your right, tricep twist underneath yourself. Headed to a side plank, we're going to open to the right. So as you step your left foot back, reach your right hand to the sky, Vashisthasana. Any version of your side plank. Extend your right hand overhead, perhaps finding that side body stretch, big push away of the earth. Take your inhale. High plank is our exhale. Breathing in, shift forward to your tippy toes. With your breath out, lower all the way to your belly. As you untuck your toes, inhale, low cobra, option to hover your hands this time. On your exhale, release back down. Inhale, low or high cobra, you decide. And exhale back to the earth. Last round, a low cobra, high cobra, or upward facing dog as you breathe in. Downward facing dog is your breath out. Just pause, taking a reset breath. Inhale through your nose. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. The big breath in, your left leg lifts to the sky. As you breathe out, step your left foot forward to the top. Adjust your feet for your high crescent lunge. And then upon your inhale, root to rise, big breath in. Exhale your hands to heart center. When you're ready, we're going to breathe in. Right knee is going to come to a hover or a tap. As you breathe out, keeping your hands at your heart hinge forward at the diagonal. Core is strong with your inhale. Exhale to your prayer twist. Take your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. And that widening action through your hip bones as you twist. If you'd like to spread your wings, perhaps you spread your wings. Big energy through your legs, lengthening from crown to tailbone. When you're ready, you're going to windmill open into your warrior two. Take your time, right heel arrives to the earth, and then adjust and settle in. If you need to lengthen out first, and then dip into your warrior two, you can. With your in-breath, begin to reverse your warrior. Breathing into that spaciousness between hip bone and armpit. Exhale, extended side angle, so think lengthen as you lean. Then sweep your right hand all the way up and overhead as you root through your right foot and rotate your heart towards the sky. Reverse your triangle, deep inhale, lengthen all the way up and back. And on your exhale, turn your left toes to the long edge of your yoga mat as well. Looking to the right side, we're going to do that half circle into our wide-legged forward fold. Your in-breath will lift you halfway. Exhale to bend your left knee, side lunge. Or again, you can choose Skandasana, either one. Taking a moment to reset, deep and generous breath in through your nose. It would feel good, you might open mouth, exhale, letting go. Here we go. We're going to start to kind of move towards our grand finale, so finishing out this layer. Low lunge to the front. Start to bend into your right knee and pivot around. As you get strong through your legs, begin to get light through your hands, light up through your core, lifting up at the diagonal. Leaning into your right foot, one-legged mountain, use your belly strength to bring your left leg all the way with you to standing. Your left toes can drag as much of that distance as they need to. Flex your left ankle and find your figure four. Left ankle will stack on your right thigh. Maybe your hands start at your heart. Or again, you can bring your elbows towards your left shin bone. Making sure you maintain a flex to your left ankle and buoyancy at your left hip. We're here just for one more big breath. Okay, hands will come towards heart center. Begin to rise back up to your one-legged mountain pose. Your in-breath grows you tall. A little micro bend through your right knee as you exhale back to your airplane. And think about keeping your chest elevated. Maybe a shoulder shrug to open your collarbones. And then begin to slow motion start to bend into your right knee. Over time, as you bend into your right knee, you're going to bring your hands to the earth, but your standing splits. Square hip is going to be more right hamstring focused. You can open your hips. You can also bend at your knee. Any version of standing splits for one more cycle of breath. Go ahead and step your left foot to the back of your yoga mat. As As you press through your hands, three-legged dog, right leg to the sky, big inhale. Maybe bend your knee and open your hip as you exhale. And half pigeon, bring your right shin to the top of your yoga mat. As your right shin lowers down, adjust your left leg. If you prefer any version of figure four instead, so lying down, supine figure four, or seated, you can take that. Some other options would be your 90-90, like so. Or you could also do a double pigeon, stacking your left shin on top of your right. And wherever we're at, let's find energy through our right ankle. Think about your in-breath as the invitation for lengthening your spine first. If you're choosing to go forward on your out-breath, lead with your belly. So think about reaching your belly to the front of your yoga mat first. And then see if you can reach your rib cage as far forward as you can. Your sternum, your collarbones, and then eventually let your head hang heavy. Take 3 deep breaths. Maybe find some movement here or explore different variations. Just leaning into that sense of curiosity for your last couple breaths. And if you want to spend a little bit more time here, please take as long as you want. When you are ready to rise up and out, you'll plant your palms into the earth in front of your right shin. Tuck your left toes using your strong core. Three-legged dog, maybe a little hip circle action at the top. You'll eventually find your way back into downward facing dog. And inhale lifts your left leg high. Exhale to your half pigeon. So again, you have lots of options here. Feel free to take any of the options I listed previously. We're starting to navigate into your half pigeon. Over time, working to square the right hip forward, in and down. Flex your left ankle. And then once you have your setup and you're ready to lower, again, we want to lead with length. So think inhale, upward facing dog, push the earth away, pull your heart forward. As you exhale, reach your navel to the front of your yoga mat and start to lower. From there, feel your rib cage reach forward as you lower. Sternum reaches forward as you lower, collarbones, and then allow your head to hang heavy. Here for about 3 to 5 breaths. Again, you can always find movement here or different variations with your arms, your torso, your leg. Your last breath, or some of you see how it feels to make this really active. Thinking about pressing down into the earth through everything that's reaching to the ground. So kicking down through your left shin bone, the top of your right foot, your forearms, adding that extra energy to your shape. As you start to feel complete in your half pigeon, just like before, you're going to take your time to move up and back through your three-legged dog. Maybe you find some hip circles, any sort of movement there that feels good. We'll meet eventually in our downward facing dog. When you're down dog, take a walk to the top of your yoga mat to find your forward fold. Just take one more big breath in your forward fold. Then inhale to lengthen halfway once more. As you exhale, bend your knees and have a seat. I'm going to do one last little bit of core connection before we lay down or on our way to the ground. Slightly different than we typically do. So we'll still start with our knees bent at the top of our yoga mat. And we're going to bring our forearms to the earth. So you want our elbows stacked beneath our shoulders. We're going to think proud chest, but front ribs are navel to spine. So our chest is open, but we're not cowing the spine. We're still integrating through the core. Yeah? So chest proud, front ribs draw in, navel to spine. From there, bring your knees into an upside down tabletop shape. Keep pressing through your forearms to lift your chest. Continue to zip up through your core center. Just starting out nice and gentle, we're going to keep the 90-degree bend in our legs. As you inhale, just bring your left toe to tap the ground, maintaining that 90-degree bend. As you exhale, lift your left knee back up. Make sure your knees are not moving closer to your heart than above your hips, so they're a little bit forward. On your right side, we're going to inhale, right tippy toes tap the ground, maintaining that 90-degree bend. Exhale slowly back to 90. Next option, you can always go back to what we did before, or as you inhale, send your left leg forward towards an angle or to a hover. As you exhale, bend your left knee back in. To our right side, inhale, right leg goes forward at the diagonal or to a hover. Then exhale, slowly bend your right knee in. And moving both legs together, we keep 90 degrees. Inhale, both toes go to tap the ground. Exhale, lift your legs back up. Inhale, legs go towards the diagonal or to a hover. Exhale, both knees back to 90, bend it in. Last variation, inhale, you both legs go toward diagonal or towards a hover. As you exhale, keep both legs long, lift them to the sky. Two more like that if you want to join. Inhale, legs lower. A hover is probably going to be a little bit tricky here, but just finding that challenge point. Exhale from your core, lift your legs up. Trying to turn the hip flexors off a little bit. Last one, inhale, legs lower any amount. Moving from the strength of your core in both directions. And then exhale, both legs lift to the sky. From here, bend your knees to your chest and just melt to your back body. Thighs to your heart, a little rock from side to side. Big breath in. Knees will fall to the left, gentle twist as you exhale. Move one deep breath along your right side body. And one slow exhale out. Knees will come back to your center as you inhale. And then drop your knees over to the right, gentle twist on your exhale. Heavy through your shoulders, take one big breath in. And one slow breath out. So next time that you come back to center, curling into a tight cannonball, tuck your chin and your chin to your chest, curl your nose up to your knees. Take a deep inhale. Now on your exhale, making your way to your Savasana. Option to take Savasana in Supta Baddha Konasana, your reclined butterfly. Soles of your feet together, knees open wide. You can also choose to start in your butterfly and eventually send your legs long. And take a moment to settle into your space. Get curious as you adjust into your shape. And allow your eyes to drop shut. As you close down your eyes, we'll take 3 cleansing breaths. A deep inhale through your nose. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. And twice more like that, deep breath in. And then open mouth, exhale out. And last cycle here, deep inhale. And your clearing, cleansing exhale. These last few minutes are yours. As you drop into stillness and allow the earth to hold you. Feel any lingering tension release away from your body, your heart, and your mind. As you soften away the effort and drop into ease. Begin to deepen your breath. And as you deepen your breath, get really curious with the sensations that arise. And as you get curious and notice all the subtle details of each breath in and each breath out. Also take a moment to check in and explore your inner landscape of your heart space and the space of your mind. So noticing the shifts, the changes that have taken place since the beginning of your practice when you first stepped onto your mat. And holding these tools of exploration and curiosity with us as we move into the rest of our days. Bring our hands to our heart space, closing our practice in gratitude. I'm grateful for the yoga practice itself, the clarity, the insight, the wisdom that it offers. Clarity about the connection to our bodies that is possible, the insight of our breath, the wisdom of our muscles and our bones. And gratitude of this practice and gratitude of this time that we shared and the energy that we exchange when we move and breathe together. We'll take one more deep breath through the nose as a group. One more open mouth exhale to release. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. And may our practices serve as our teachers, always leading us to live with greater authenticity and to love more deeply each and every day. Thank you so much for being here, and namaste.